Students, we have worked on learning about atomic habits and how we can create them. So now we're going to pick some personal atomic habits that are going to work for us. And I'm going to guide you through it and explain how to do it. Let's go back to the 4 rules for atomic habits. Number 1, make it obvious. Number 2, make it attractive. Number 3, make it easy. And number 4, make it satisfying. So today we're going to work on the first one, make it obvious. The first thing you need to do before you make your atomic habits is to go back to your identities. So what are your identities? You have a worksheet and you're going to write your identities down again. Now, remember, it's really important that your identities are nouns. They are not adjectives. A lot of you put lazy as an identity. That is not an identity. That is an adjective. It is a description of your identity. So you may be a lazy student, but we're not going to go with the adjective right now. We're just going to go with the identity. So maybe you are a lazy student, but we're just going to work on student. That is an identity. You may be a lazy son or daughter. Maybe your parents want you to do more work around the house and you're lazy about that. But your identity is not lazy. It is son or daughter. So I want you to pick nouns. Nouns are what you're going to work on. Those can be your identities. A description like active, smart, lazy, those are not identities. Those are adjectives. They are descriptions of an identity, and we're not going to do that in this assignment. So these were the 3 identities that I picked to work on. So the first one is teacher, the second one is spiritual, and the third one is lifelong learner. And then I put in a habit for each of those things. So these habits are going to be things that I'm going to do to try to get better at my identity, to try to improve my identity, to work toward the direction of making progress in my identity. So for teacher, the habit I decided to use was reflect on the success of lessons. And for spiritual, I decided meditate 10 minutes a day. And for lifelong learner, I decided to read at least 10 pages of nonfiction book per day. So on your notes page, what you need to do is write your 3 identities and then your 3 habits that you're going to do that fall within each one of those identities. So for example, if your identity is student, which that should be every single one of you, that should be one of your identities, because whether you like it or not, you are in fact a student. So then you're going to pick a habit that's going to work toward making you better at being a student. So maybe you're a straight A student. Maybe you do everything awesome. I bet there's something that you could do to improve it. I don't know what it is because everybody is different. So you're going to have to decide what could you do differently to make you even better than you are right now. So if, let's say you're a straight A student and let's say that you're doing 10 things already that are making you successful. What could an 11th thing be? So it can be really, really small. I don't know what it is. Maybe for you, it would be get up 10 minutes earlier so that you have time to reflect on your day. I don't know what it is for you. Now, if you have a lot of growth to make, you've got a lot of things to choose from. Maybe it is to check your to-do list every day in Google Classroom. Maybe it's to check Student Connect at least once a week to see where you're missing assignments. Maybe it is to do the assignments for your classes every day that they're assigned and don't procrastinate and wait. So whatever it is, I mean, there's a lot of choices and there's a lot more that I'm not listing. So you guys think about it and what you're going to do for each one. So this is the reminder of make it obvious, the things you needed to do to make your habits obvious. You need to plan ahead. You need to determine a time that you're going to get it done. You need to habit stack. So you're going to pair a new habit with an old habit that's been around for a long time and that you're comfortable with. And then also you need to change your environment to prime your success with your new habit. So those are the three things that we're going to consider with the 3 habits that we chose. On your page, you have a chart like this. You are going to write your 3 habits where it says habit 1, habit 2, habit 3. And then you are asked to decide what you're going to do to plan ahead, how you're going to habit stack, and how you're going to set up your environment to be successful. If you do those 3 things, you're more likely to stick with the habit. It's really easy to make great plans and then have nothing happen. And the reason is we're not planning ahead, we're not habit stacking, and we're not setting our environment. So I decided on my habit, which was teaching reflection every day. And so I'm going to plan ahead. I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to put it in my calendar. I will reflect at 12 after I'm done teaching. And then how am I stacking that? I will reflect when I'm eating lunch. I already eat lunch every day. So then I'm stacking it with something I'm already doing every day. And then my environment, I will put my reflection journal in the kitchen so I can easily find it when I'm ready to eat lunch and do my reflection. And then you're going to do the same thing with your other habits. So meditation, pick a time. I will meditate at 6 a.m. every day. I will meditate after my shower because shower is something I already do every day. And then my environment, I will meditate in the morning before other people are awake in the house, because otherwise, if I wait till everybody's awake, I might more easily be distracted. So I'm going to do it when people aren't awake. And then the last one, I decided I wanted to read 10 pages every day of a nonfiction book. So I picked a time. I'm going to do it at 9:30 at night. I'm going to put that in my calendar. And then I'm going to read before I go to bed. And then my environment, I'm going to put my book by my bed so I can sit there in my chair by my bed and read every night. So it's very easy to find and I don't have an excuse. So I want you guys to consider your chart. What are the things that you can do to plan ahead? Just a hint, pick a time, write the time down. If you have a calendar and use a calendar, great. If you don't, you should start. You will get much more done. You will be much more effective if you start using a calendar. A calendar can be really simple. It can be just writing the month down and then the days of the month down below that. You can just write them like you're numbering a page for a test or something. Or you can, make a grid and all of that if you like to be fancy, but it can be really simple. Or you can use a calendar on your phone, whatever you decide. So picking a time is what you need to do for planning ahead. And then habit stacking, you need to attach it to something that you already do. And then environment, how can you set your environment up to be successful for your new habit? So those are the things you need to do on your worksheet. Your worksheet this time is not extra credit. You guys just need to do it. You can all do this. This is something that you can do. So just a reminder, it's a good idea to either split your screen and have the PowerPoint on one side and your worksheet on the other side, or you can print your worksheet and then you can do it by hand. Or the third option is to have your worksheet opened up on your computer and have the PowerPoint open up on an alternative device like an iPad or a second computer or a phone, so that you can see what you should be working on and you have those ideas readily. Because otherwise, you may look at the worksheet and you're like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I know I listened to that video, but I can't remember anything. Well, okay, then open up 2 devices so that you can see what you're working on. And then once you're able to see it, it's paired with the worksheet. You go through it step by step, and it should be really easy. So you guys can do this. You just need to think about how you're going to set it up for success. Okay, guys, have a great day.